Well, good morning, third graders. It is Wednesday, May 20th already. And today we continue to work on our research unit on countries. Today, what I'd like to teach you is that when nonfiction readers read, they're reading with fluency. Yes, you've probably noticed that as the year has gone on, that as you read, you are reading faster, stronger, you're more confident in your reading. And did you notice that as you're reading these nonfiction books for your research country, that you're reading in a particular type of voice? You're reading in a teacher voice. Remember, you're reading these books to learn some new information. And so when you start to collect that information, you start to think about, my subtopic is holidays. And so when I have holidays, that's my subtopic. And then I start to think, well, in Canada, which is our research country, they celebrate St. John Baptiste Day, they celebrate Canada Day, they celebrate Aboriginals Day, they celebrate Thanksgiving, and they celebrate Christmas. Well, that's totally a teacher voice, isn't it? Because I'm sharing with you information that I learned about a topic. Researchers are passionate about what they're learning, and the more they read, the more they get into their topic. So you're probably finding that as you're reading, you're not reading like a robot, reading slowly, like Canada is the second largest country in the world. Oh, that totally sounds like a robot. That's out of battery. You're starting to read faster, stronger, more fluent because let's face it, we're almost fourth graders, aren't we? So today, boys and girls, we're going to try out reading like a teacher, and I'm going to help us do it. Today is our last day for collecting notes on our research topic, and our topic is one of my favorite topics in the world, food. Yes, it is. So we're going to be talking about the food of Canada. Now, remember, boys and girls, that when we're collecting information as researchers, we also bring prior knowledge with us. And so one of the things that I already know because I've learned a lot about Canada is this. Now, whoa, why did I bring my ketchup and potato chips together? Well, did you know that if you were in Canada, that a super popular snack food is ketchup chips? If you've been to Canada, you would totally know that. Now, unfortunately, I've never been in Canada and I'd really love to travel there. But I had a parent come and talk about Canada a few years ago who grew up in Canada, and she even brought real ketchup chips. Not the ketchup on the chip, but the ketchup kind of like our barbecued potato chips, but they're ketchup chips. And you know what? They were super good. Another food that I know they have a lot of in Canada is maple syrup. Yep. Now, this is an okay kind of maple syrup, but they have the really good kind of maple syrup in Canada. And guess what? They also like maple candy as well. Doesn't that sound yummy, boys and girls? Well, as you know, us researchers don't just use one book for our research, do we? So what I did was I pulled out 3 books on Canada today, okay? And I had a 4th, but this one wasn't so good. I mean, it was a great book, but it was really focused on geography. I want to talk about food. So here we go. Take a look, and you've got the drill, boys and girls. You know what to do because you go to your table of contents and you look for a subtopic that's going to help you learn about food. And guess what? It says Canadian food, so I'm going to turn to page 13. Now, I know I read some of these earlier on when we were just starting to talk about a subtopic, so bear with me. I'm not going to read the entire page to you, but just to give you an idea, as a researcher, I'm going to read fluently, I'm going to move quickly through here, and I'm going to really be confident in my reading. So here we go. Canadians come from many different cultures. Hey, just like the United States, right? A culture is a way of life for a group of people. A culture includes people's ideas and special practices. Each culture has favorite foods. Butter tarts are a popular treat in Canada. Tarts are like cookies. They are made with butter, raisins, and brown sugar. Special pea soup is a favorite food for some French Canadians. Tourtière is a food eaten on Christmas Eve. Tourtière is pork pie. Fish is a popular food in the Atlantic provinces. It is also a main food of the Inuit people. Remember Alak and his family in Arctic Sun? They're Inuit people, and they eat fish as well. It says, another Canadian treat is maple syrup. It is made from the sap of a maple tree. People turn the sap into sweet maple syrup. Some people use the sap to make maple sugar candy. They make maple syrup pies too. Wow, lots of great information. Notice, boys and girls, I read clearly, I read confidently, and I read in my best Hollywood voice, not like a robot. I went on to a second book on Canada, and I thought it would be interesting since this particular book focuses on holidays, festivals. Of course, food is a large part of holidays and festivals, isn't it? So guess what? I was kind of curious to see, what do they eat at Christmas time? Oh, are you ready? This is a good one. For Christmas Day, it says a homemade supper, lunch, or dinner takes days to prepare. Roast turkey or roast beef, meat pies, mince pies, plum pudding, and a chocolate log cake decorated with symbols. They also have candy canes. Yummy. And you can see an awesome example of a yummy, edible gingerbread house. Sounds yummy. Sounds a lot like the United States too. Let's take a look at our final book. Now, I'm hoping you're noticing the way I'm reading, trying to read like a teacher. Hope I'm doing a good job. I'm not reading like a robot. Let's take a look at our last book. There is a subtopic entitled Food. It says, in Canada, people eat breakfast before work or school. Families often gather for dinner around 6 in the evening. It is the biggest meal of the day. During meals, Canadians generally keep their forks in their left hands while both cutting and eating. Well, I'm left-handed, so I always keep my fork in my left hand. I think that's really interesting. Poutine is among Canada's most popular foods. The dish features a pile of French fries topped with gravy and cheese. On Christmas, a meat-filled pie called tourtière is common. It can be made with pork, beef, salmon, or other meats. For breakfast, Canadians may drizzle their country's famous maple syrup over their pancakes and crepes. Now, really kind of interesting, last summer, McDonald's had poutine for a very short period of time. They did an international menu for a short time, and poutine was one of the dishes that they offered. I thought that was really cool. And it actually, I tried it, and it tasted really yummy. Who wouldn't like French fries with cheese and bacon and other yummy things on top, right? All right, so boys and girls, what I did is this. I started to collect my notes. Now, actually, I will put these in my document, but I wanted to have you see these. And here are my notes that I took on Canadian food. And you can see I have my information that I learned about poutine and tourtière and those yummy butter tarts. I'm sorry I'm making you hungry. Also, the information I knew about the ketchup chips and all of these yummy pieces of information. I also included what I learned about Christmas dinner in Canada. So I will make sure that I'm going to put that into my doc for my Canada research notes. Boys and girls, today what I'd like you to do is this. I really need you to go into your Google Doc on your research notes. And today I need you to go to Epic, Sora, RazKids, PebbleGo, anywhere that you can go to find information on your country. Wednesday, Thursday, today, tomorrow, I need you to finish all of your note collections. And so you're going to be reading some nonfiction pieces of information on your country. Then you're going to go and add those to your doc. And by tomorrow, I expect you to have all of your notes taken because next week we are going to be creating our slideshows. Now, I also have for your read aloud today 2 really cool National Geographic for Kids videos. One is on Spain, one is on Australia. And what I'd really like you to notice is as you're listening to these very short read alouds, I want you to notice how the narrator talks because they're not talking like a robot. They're totally reading fluently. They're talking like a teacher, someone who wants someone to learn about their topic. So when their voice changes, you might hear pop out words or keywords that they emphasize with their voice to make it sound more exciting. And you're going to notice that as they move from one subtopic to the next, that they pause for a moment and kind of have a little pause to kind of have us get excited of the anticipation of that next subtopic. And finally, they change their voices to create a little bit of drama or tension as they are sharing about their country. Remember, they're passionate about their country because they're excited to teach you about it. So boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed learning about the food of Canada today. I can't wait to see what you collect for your country's favorite foods. And I hope you enjoy your day. I'm sure by now you are totally hungry. So remember, I know you've watched this mini lesson. I know you're going to read about your subtopic of food in your country. I know you are going to add the notes to your doc. And then I know you're going to go back into Google Classroom so that you can watch the 2 read aloud videos. And if you have extra time, please feel free to read an extra 30 minutes. That would be rockin' awesome. I hope you have a great day, boys and girls, and I will see you tomorrow.